let's talk a little bit about common denominator number 4, which is the change of direction in the golf swing. Now this is created through the fact that you have coiled. The change of direction in the golf swing is what we call springing the shaft opposed to pulling the shaft. Now, I want to first describe that feel to you by describing how Ben Hogan did it in 1957 in the 5 fundamentals. When he talked about making an underhanded tossing motion of the right side, I think you could first very plainly see that to change the directions and start the downswing, he pushes off of his right foot. It comes from the ground up. You can't slide your hips and throw a ball. You couldn't slide your hips and hit anything hard. You would fire your right side, and to do that, it has to start right at the top. So we use the example a lot of times to try to create a feel for you of a person tossing a ball. Would you start from the top to toss a ball by pulling down with your right side, or would you start from the top by firing your right side from the ground up and letting that spring your arm, and that would bring your whole right side down? You wouldn't throw by pulling, you wouldn't throw by tucking your right elbow in, and you sure couldn't toss a ball across those hedges there by staying back. You'd have to let your right side go. And to do that, it starts from the top with what we call spring the shaft, work the toe of the club from the ground up. In other words, the right foot, the right knee springs that shaft. There's power. Now from there, Artie, if you will, show them how, just a little if you could, spring the shaft a little for us there. That's the springing. That's springing the shaft with the right side. That's power. Now show them what would happen if you pulled with your left arm. There. Now, if you will, Artie, what we'd like to show them, take it back to the top again now. And the point is, and I'd like to do this myself, when we spring this shaft, there's a momentary fall in, but then as Artie's right side fires and his left arm stays on his body, you can see how the club comes back on the same plane, right back into the center of his body, and then as the left arm folds, the club is on the same plane going through the line of flight here.